Nature has given us the source of infinite intelligence. Our brain is so powerful that guides us towards every situation. Whenever we feel stuck, it shows up with the way. It has a consciousness. We have the intuition too. That tells us where to go, what to do, how to feel, and how to get through this situation. We have the source of infinite intelligence. We are limitless and we can do everything, whatever resonates with ourselves. But the thing is, whatever we do, everything comes up with a problem, comes up with challenges, and comes up with the different kind of situations. Some situations we are able to control, and some of the situations are beyond our ken. And that's why we feel stuck, and we try to control everything that is not in our control. And we add insult to the injury whenever we try to control everything, and whenever we try to control by just keep contemplating about everything. There are two situations for which we use to resolve every problem. First scenario is actually, we think about the problem, we find the solutions, we contemplate about every aspect of the situation, every possible reality of the situation, every possible scenario of the situation. We keep contemplating and we figure out the solutions, but we don't lose ourselves. This is we called acknowledgement. And the second thing is, whenever we keep contemplating about the things, we get stuck in that situation. We keep imagining every possible scenario that is negative, and we ever feel like something's gonna happen. And what if this thing doesn't happen? Then I wouldn't be able to do this thing. This would be my last chance. I wouldn't be able to make it. We are not able to see the big pictures. We are not able to be in that peace. We are not able to live in the present. We are not able to keep our eye on the ball, on that precious moment. That is one of the most wonderful moments of our life. We win our life, we win our moment, because we win our present. This is the situation we called overthinking. Sometimes there is a very minor difference. We are not able to find that irony in overthinking and acknowledgement. But it seems like we are resolving the problem. Our mission is the same. Our agenda is the same. Our goal is the same. But the thing is, we forget we had to resolve the problem rather than we had to amp up the situation and increase the chances of being in another problem. We completely lose ourselves in that situation. Like both are the situations seem same, but there is a difference between acknowledgement and overthinking. Acknowledgement takes us towards the solution, but overthinking takes us towards another negative realities and consequences. And we create our own reality as well. I did it so many times when I didn't have the knowledge. Even I had the knowledge, but our mind is designed in such a way. If our mind has the proof of negativity, if our mind has the proof of our failureness, if our mind has the proof of negative experiences, then our mind doesn't let us believe in the another aspect of the reality too, in the another side of the reality too. We keep embracing our present, or making our present, or creating our future based on our previous experiences. We are not able to find like we did something good in the past, that was the reason. We couldn't make it, that was the reason. If we are in a tough time, there is a reason. We need to just find that reason. We just need to be in that moment. We just need to be in that harmony. Everything has its solution. Sometimes there is a need to surrender against the situations too. But we don't realize this thing, and we lose ourselves completely, and we keep contemplating about the things about which we don't have any control. And that's why we face the challenges. We win our moment. We feel stressed out, and we are not able to find that happiness in our life. We lose that happiness. That is so precious. We lose that moment. That is so precious. Like, if I want to share my experience was like I was not able to find any job. You know everything about me. I showed up with 3 different companies, and I explored every single opportunity that was available in Jaipur. And after that, there was a last chance. It seemed it was a last chance. And I went to the NAC Global. My friend recommended this company, and they were not offering that much salary, but this was the last option. I needed the reason so that I could pay my bills, so that I could survive. I had a lot of loan on my head just because I got a lot of money on the cup from the bank too, and from the Kithankins too. But still, I was not able to find that peace. I went to the interview, but before interview, I was in a terrible anxiety. I was not able to figure out what do I do. I was just keep envisioning every negative aspect. There was a nervousness in me. I really didn't have the confidence. The problem was this was the last chance. I was just keep judging myself why I was not able to make it. But I was not able to figure out the reason. I was not able to figure out like my nature was testing me. I was not able to figure out. I committed some mistakes. I didn't have the skills. I was not able to make it. There was a problem in learning too. I couldn't find the way of learning, the effective way of learning. So there were so many kind of reasons I couldn't figure out. But it is what it is. My job was just to be in the present and just to focus on the next opportunity that was available. But it's natural, and it's normal too. It's fine. Whenever we don't have any hope and we find last single opportunity, then we feel stressed out. Now there is a burden on our mind that we have to show up at all costs. Even if we want to show up, but still we are not able to. There is a need to be in the present. There is a need to work for the opportunity. There is a need to let the outcome go. But I was not able to do this. I was just asking the questions to the nature, why me? I literally got fed up from my failures. I was just keep recalling every single moment. So in this opportunity, what I got, I was just contemplating, what if this thing doesn't happen? I wouldn't be able to get back to my city, to Punjab. I wouldn't be able to answer people's questions. This would be a biggest question on my ability to, on my personality. I was just keep contemplating. I was just, without any rhymes and reasons, stressing out. So this was the overthinking. The thought, the fear of failure was not going out from my mind. I was not able to get through from that fear. It was so overwhelming, and it was so dangerous for me, and I was not able to get through. But I got the opportunity. Somehow I just showed up with that opportunity. I said, it's okay, but there was a need to crumple up all these kind of thoughts. I went to the company. It was a walk-in interview. I brought the peace by doing my breath practice. There were 5 rounds of interview in that company. 2 interviews, 1 aptitude, and then HR round, then there was salary discussion. But somehow I made it. And then I got the news, congratulations, you've got selected. Then I got the sigh of relief. Then I realized Nature never lets you down, and nature always shows up. Nature tries to test you every time, but nature doesn't let you break. Nature tests yourself until your breaking point, but nature doesn't let you break. I learned from that experience, and I wasn't able to find that situation where I could acknowledge. I just needed to acknowledge, but I was overthinking. Our mind is so interesting. It's so fascinating for our mind to live in that reality doesn't exist. It's a so amazing thing to live in that reality, in that negativity. We are so comfortable. But to bring that peace, live in the present, and being detached from that outcome, it's hard not to crack. But somehow, I couldn't find that. But I got to know there was a thing. There was overthinking and there was acknowledgement. Before that, I was able not to overthink. I had a blind trust that something good would happen. Nature would show up. But on the pretext of this thing, I was just ignoring the problems, the big issues. I got stuck in spiritual bypassing. And then I got to know there was a need to take the charge of the life. And I started acknowledging the things too. But on the pretext of acknowledging the things, I got caught up with the overthinking. I just needed to ponder about every aspect, find the reason. I just had to work for that reason. But literally, I lost myself by keep over pondering over that situation. And I couldn't catch myself at that situation. And I started overthinking again. Again, this problem came up and became the pattern of my mind. But then I realized, again, I became the overthinker. My friend noticed that thing and asked me so many times, I think so much. But I didn't realize. But after that experience, I got to know. I was thinking a lot. There was nothing to worry. Sometimes natural pressure comes up because when every door is closed, then only one door is remaining. Still, every time we have the hope, but not that much hope. We have our past experiences, past fears. It really takes time to win from those fears. There's a battle between our energy, our peace, and with that problem, with that situation in which we are not in a peace. There's a battle between our happiness, with our anxiety, with the positivity, with the negativity. But in the end, we have to win the battle. We have to find the balance. We have to find the harmony. I couldn't realize that thing, but now I got to know. And now I'm trying to incorporate this thing in my life. Whenever I feel stuck, I just need to let the thought flow wherever the thoughts are flowing. I just need to contemplate, but not contemplate. I just need to figure out how much time do I spend and need to figure out what is the situation and what is the root cause of this problem. If I find like this is the thing that is pain in the neck, then it's perfectly fine. If it doesn't, there is so much things to do. I just don't need to spend so much amount of time, so much energy on one thing. And I found some ways. I'd set the time, I'd track my emotions. After that particular time, I'd keep myself busy. I'll fill my life. And once the solutions comes up, then it's perfectly fine. I'll embrace that solution. If that solution doesn't come up, then it's perfectly fine too. Most of the time we keep contemplating when the situation is out of our control. And for that situation, it would support me to be in that situation, to be in that present. It would help me to surrender against the situation. But if I do everything, then there is nothing to fear. Everything will be ended up on a good note. And if I don't do anything, then there is a problem. I just need to keep working on that thing. We all need to keep working on everything. But we don't need to expect from ourselves that we be able to resolve everything. Sometimes nature has all the solutions, and solutions only are in the nature's hand. But we are the natures too. We are the part of the natures too. But the thing is, time brings the solutions too. We are not the time. So better to let go that worry, better to let go that outcome, better to let go the feeling of having solutions at once, so quickly. Everything has its time, and everything that comes up on a particular time. That's how things happen. So that we could actually attract that reality, and one timeline could connect with another timeline too. That's why I got the sigh of relief when I got the job. That's why I showed up in the interview, and before the interview I was in a peace. Even I didn't have that much confidence, but still I was much more better in that condition. There was no problem. There was a time, but before interview I was literally crying my eyes out when I was having a word with the CV. I was just doing my speaking practice, but still I had a cold feel. But when I went to the office, I reached to the office, I was in a peace. That peace had to come up in me at that moment. That sigh of relief had to come up in me when I had to hear the news, congratulations, you've got selected. So automatically, nature's made me to let that outcome go. And then I got that outcome. So there is a need to acknowledge rather than overthinking. There is a need to surrender when things are falling apart. There is a need to not ruin your moment. Be stubborn. Not everything in your hand, even if you are everything. Sometimes things happen naturally. We are the nature, we are the God, we are part of the God. But something that is beyond our ken, something that is in the hand of the time. So we need to let that energy work for us. Everything will be alright. Everything ends up on a good note. And something still doesn't end up on a good note. It means still something is remaining. And until that thing comes up, the end will not be on a good note. So just wait for that thing. This is the only way to control that is out of our control. And be in a peace. Protect your energy. Don't chase that time, the time you are looking for. Work for that time. Don't chase the happiness, nurture the happiness, and let that happiness naturally comes up in yourself, rather than just keep contemplating why I'm not feeling happy even after using the affirmations. Even after saying I'm in the present, why I'm not able to be in the present. Let your mind flow. You have chosen whatever you wanted to choose. You brought your peace, and forget all those thoughts. Let your mind flow. You will find your peace. And that's how you will be able to know how to acknowledge rather than overthink it. There are lots of ways to vent out. Just vent out. By writing, by recording, by doing everything. By just having a word with someone to whom you trust, with whom you feel close. Just vent out and let your thoughts flow. Don't suppress your thoughts. There's a need to acknowledge. But there's no need to be in that situation where you start attracting every negative scenario, where you start envisioning every negative reality and result. Whenever you feel like you are going towards that way, towards that overthinking, pull yourself back and ask yourself, this is just a reality. This reality doesn't exist. And if I keep thinking about this thing, then this is the reality that may come up. That may be my reality. And I'm not gonna increase the chances of this kind of reality too. Everything exists, everything has 50-50 chances. But until we think about negative reality, then it doesn't exist. When I was in VGL, that thought popped into my head that I feel like I wouldn't be able to clear that training, something severe is gonna happen. And it happened. I couldn't clear that training. I created my reality. So words are so powerful. Don't use this superpower to ruin your life, to create the future that you really don't want to create. Save yourself from overthinking and just acknowledge the things. There is nothing bad to acknowledge. If we screwed up, then it means we are screwed up. If we are out of job, it means we are out of job, but it doesn't mean we can get the job. If we completely broke, then it means we got broke. There's a need to figure out how we can earn something so that we can pay our bill. That's it. There's no need to lose yourself. Just find that difference between the overthinking and acknowledgement. And if you find, then it will be like icing on the cake. 90% of the problems will get resolved. Your life will be peaceful. With that hope, that's all I've got to say about this. Brings the smiles on everyone's face. Make the world a better place to live. Signing off for Vivek Kumar, your buddy. Bye bye.